Well, most certainly, we need economic development in this area. We've talked about it for, I guess, before I was born. We have to diversify. And unfortunately, we didn't. And there was a period of time where we felt we didn't have to, because we were making money hand over fist. There was a 35-year period there where, holy cow, we couldn't get out of our own way. Kids never went to college. They went right from high school to making $35,000, $40,000 a year in the casinos, which, by the way, has come back to bite us because of the type of workforce that we have at this present time. I mean, I saw in the paper, Carlo Lasco took out 2 full-page ads. The guy still has his bar mitzvah money. But this is...
We have put ourselves in this position, and I include all of us. We put too much emphasis on the casinos, yes. We've also been in our own little cellular world and not necessarily reached out as much as we perhaps should have. I'll give you an example. Atlantic City is finally included in the Grow New Jersey and those kinds of programs that used to go to Camden and Trenton and Newark, and we were never part of them. We were finally included, and I felt pretty good. Hey, we got that done. But did I reach out to Ginsberg Bakery and say, and I know those guys, they've been in Atlantic City forever, and say, hey, how's business? What can we do to help? Camden did. That's why they're moving and going to Camden. We, all of us, need to take responsibility here, and I think that's important. It's not so much a blame game at this point. Again, we can all point to things we could have and should have done better and different. I just gave you 2 examples for me personally. But I think what's more important is our responsibility going forward.
One of the things that struck me is many of you during the stakeholder input process suggested that you have a strategic location. Well, let me say that I do not see the strategic location of Atlantic County. You're at the end of a cul-de-sac. And anybody to the north or south can cut you out of business, just as it has happened in the casino industry. This is not a strategic location. What I see as a strategic location is the ocean in front of you that has served as a barrier and not as an opportunity to connect you to the rest of the world. So I do believe you have the infrastructure, you have the capability to build a World Trade Center. And by that I mean a global manufacturers and buyers marketplace. There are several examples of that around the country. We gave you some of the best practices to consider. And lately we've also seen an opportunity to really become a global center for climate change and research, and we hope that you take on that opportunity. We believe that Atlantic City can become the game capital of the world. Software developers, esports. One of the biggest industries in the world today is people following many gamers and actual competitions in real time. A major indoor theme park. Again, establishing the county and Atlantic City as a major esports center. Become the East Coast location of extreme sports. Why not? Promote tourism, the wetlands, the pinelands, not just talk about those assets as liabilities, but as strengths, because I think there is a strong possibility for growth in those areas. There are 19,000 cities plus in the US, 7,000 economic development organizations. Guess what? They're all chasing about 2,500 existing company expansions and about 2,500 new companies. The odds of many communities are that they attract one prospective employer every 7 years, because there are communities like Atlanta and Seattle and Austin and Boulder, Colorado, and others that attract more than their fair share. So this is a very competitive sport. It's not for the lighthearted. It's serious business, but it is all about investing in your future. Companies go where they are being wooed. How can Atlantic County compete if there are not in the race.